Good morning, welcome to the Easy Trader Update. I just thought I'd do a little bit of live trading this morning if I can. Looking for a position. Sorry, it's Kim here instead of Charlie as ever, but he's still finishing his skiing holiday. There's an opportunity just coming up on the Euro yen, so I'm just going to get into a position. Not going to go into a full position here, just a slightly smaller size position. I'm just going to put that aside for the ticket at the moment, just getting it ready. Just looking across some other charts at the moment for the potential here. He's just coming off a little bit more. Actually, I can't actually show you too easily on this chart, but it's a play that we do many mornings. That's just about setting up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open a small position at the moment, and I'm just going to buy the Euro yen. I've just bought there. I will add in at these lows here if it comes back down there, so we'll get another ticket ready to add in. It's on the bigger time frame, it's starting to look better, and I've got a target of around about 124.61 overall, so we'll see how we run to that. Sorry, it's a bit quiet here, I'll talk a bit louder there. There we go. So looking at a target of around about 124.56, 61, somewhere in that region. Okay, little bit of time elapsed there. Unfortunately, it didn't come in to give me the add-in position, but it is moving up. The target is sitting now at 124.63, so looking for that as a target at the moment. Have got some resistance on the way up, and there's some probably a bit earlier than that, which I will take part of the trade off at, just in case we don't get right up to the target. Okay, going to put you on pause again for a moment. Okay, we're just coming up to some resistance here. I'm just going to take a couple of contracts off at this point here, leaving me 3 contracts behind. So I'll get that ready to go. So I've taken a couple of contracts off at around about 10 points. So let's see what else we can do here. Yeah, I'll just move that out of the way. We just hit the upper band, as you can see on here. But I have got a very strong target that sits up a bit higher. Now it is running up quite nicely at the moment, and hopefully with the divergence it may run through this band quite easily. So preparing. Okay, this is moving pretty well at the moment, so here's the target back in here. Don't worry about this chart here, just looking at what the main chart is. Okay, it's hit another target of mine, so I'm going to get ready. I'm just going to take another one off here just in case it stalls, and that's it. Okay, so we've got 2 contracts left. I'm not expecting a major update in this particular pairing because of the movement we've had down. What I will do on this is bring the stop to break even. I'm up 20 points at the moment, so I'm just going to bring the level to oops, yeah, that's 20 points below us. Actually it's a bit less than that now. I'm just going to bring it into a break-even position, so you can see the stops moved up on this chart. Actually you can see where the position is now, so there was the entry, there's the stop, so just move that up so whatever happens, can't lose any money. I've closed off 3/5 of this position now. Still looking at, got the target, it's 124.64. What I will do actually is I'm going to modify that, and 24.64. okay, I'm going to just change this a bit, and 30, hang on, it's I'm just about to adjust it to put a limit order in, and it's popping up quickly. I'm going to move the stop up a little bit there. Okay, then I'm going to put an order in. So okay, so I'll put my target in there, just move the stop a smidgen, but I'm just going to let that run now and see what happens. So bear with me, I'm going to put you back on pause and we'll see whether that gets up there. Just switch this over to a 15-minute chart. As it's running up, you can see where my target is now. It's actually just below that 15-minute upper band, as you can see, but it's also correlates with a 4-hour pivot which I've been looking at, so it's just running up to that at the moment, and hopefully as we talk, as it's moving again, you might see the figure, the limit ordered. Now I could actually try and run a part of this position for the day. In fact, I'm quite tempted to. I've got 2 contracts left at the moment. I could actually just move this limit order up a bit and manually exit part of the trade. I'm at stop at break even. I could see how it runs. I've got to do my school run in a moment. She used to take my children off to school in a short while, so I'll have to pause you and come back in a moment. We're getting quite close to the target at the moment, so you see the light just flicked on the take profit. Oh, you can't see it, sorry. There's a little light below with take profit was just coming on, so it's getting quite close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the take profit, because I'm going to see if I can run this a little bit further, see if we get a bigger bounce. So what I'm doing here is, oops, what I was hoping to do here, there we go. We're just going to change this a little bit. I'm going to move this and get a bit happy and put 300 pips from where we are now. Just that before it gets hit. Sorry, it's 30 pips, not 300 pips when I'm doing that. Okay, and what I'm going to do is manually close another contract off in just a moment. May just get a pull back from where we are. It's sitting right on the key moving average at the moment, but hopefully it's also got some support from moving average below it, so it may just pop back down. Whatever happens, the position's locked in now anyway. In terms of it's safe. I'm actually going to move this limit order up a bit more. Let's just modify that order. I'm looking at a target I'm seeing elsewhere at 124.80. What am I seeing? Oh, actually that's fine. I'll leave it where it is. That is the point I was looking at earlier. So in fact, sorry, I'm talking out loud here, thinking out loud even. 124.80 is where the next level of resistance is, but if we get a breakthrough, no, I'll leave it and see if we can get it to run any further. I will, as I say, look to close one off. I'm just going to put it back on pause for a moment as it's retracing from where we are at the moment. So just going to pause it. It may the whole position. Oh, there you go. Unfortunately, got stopped out break even. Well, just slightly better than break even. Okay, might as well look at that trade. There wasn't a chance that we would have. It didn't quite hit my target so far. It may still go up there. I'm not going to add back into the position though. Let me just show you what we. There we go. Just pulled the result out there. Took the first couple of contracts. It's just around about 10 points. Took another just a little bit further, and we got stopped out as I moved it up. So the stop was just above break even, so it's about 4 points on that last part. So total for about 15 minutes work, made a quick $339. I'm going to put you on pause now. I've got to take the children off to school in a short while. I've just got to prepare them, so I'm going to put this on pause and then I'll do a quick update and then I'll leave you for the weekend. Thanks for now. Okay, so coffee drank, school run done, coffee drank, and the trade I was in earlier on, good job that I'd put a stop up at above break even. It came off quite a bit further after getting pretty close to the new 4-hour pivot. It has since rallied back up, hit that level, and then rolled over again at the moment, and it doesn't look strong for the rest of the day. Let's have a look at the market. So look at the charts. Let me just bring up clearer. There we go. prefer to look at them. Start off with the euro dollar on here and look at the sorry, I'm just going to switch the mic around a little bit. Sorry, the volume's up and down a bit today. Look at the euro dollar briefly. Yesterday morning's video of Wednesday evening's video, I mentioned about this area here as being key support. I did get a little buy-in yesterday, but it moved up part of the way in terms of target. I moved the stops up aggressively and I got stopped on that part, but it is rallying off this morning, and it looks like, well, with no news out today, we may get some news from the European Economic Summit later on, but with no significant news out there today, we could end up with a bullish army, if anything. If the news comes out from the European Summit isn't great, well then we'll see a continuation, maybe a move down to the lower band on the regression channel here, the lower channel line, or even back down towards that 50. Hasn't been hit for quite some time, but at least now we've hit the monthly pivot, which is a very high percentage of times it will do quite early in the month. So today I'm expecting very much a choppy day. Depending on how this finishes, if it ends up on a bullish harami, well, we could get more of a significant bounce running into next week, so be watching that. If the news that comes out the summits or whatever, if we break to the downside, as soon as we've broken to the downside of this move here, well, the bullish bets go out the window and we continue looking for a bigger retrace. One of the things that I think we might get a bigger retrace here on the euro, well, I'm looking at the euro yen as well. Euro yen hasn't come down to hit its pivot yet. Now, if euro yen does that, there's a possibility that the euro will weaken further as well. So I'm watching this quite carefully as well as, I know they're not a linked pair as such, but the fact that the euro yen obviously, I'm just looking at the possibilities of that coming down further, which would mean the yen obviously getting stronger against the euro, which might mean that the euro itself is weakened, and hence why I see that maybe would run down further. So watch this carefully. On a 4 hours perspective, you can see what we got building up at the moment is the potential flag pattern. So if at some point during the day we get reversals and it starts selling off quite quickly, we could easily break the bottom of this, and as I say, then any long bets would be off anyway. For next week I'd be looking at some further continuation to the downside. Okay, let's have a look at the euro yen as I brought it up a minute ago. There is some potential further downside here in terms of strength in the yen. This is the euro yen, remember. There is some potential that we haven't hit the pivot. We didn't hit the monthly pivot the last couple of months. The probabilities are pretty high that we will hit this month. And I still like this area, which I was talking about, I think, in yesterday's update, in terms of it has a nice sort of area. Sorry, I've not drawn that very straight, but around about where the pivots are on the previous highs. And certainly would look for some sort of bounce off that area if we were to get down there in the coming days. That's the euro yen on from that time frame, 4 hourly. Similarish picture that we've had in the euro, but probably a bit more advanced in terms it's broken this flag little pattern here. It's broken down. Would expect some continuation of that, and if we see a continuation, let's see if I can just get my fib on there. I can. If we've got this wave here to continue down, 1618 extension of that wave would give us right down to the pivots at night, but there are some points of support as we run to those levels, but so there's certainly potential for us to come down here. It's quite bearish at the moment, just in terms of normal sort of flag measurements that could easily be hit. Okay, finally cable. Let's just look at cable. Look at it from a daily perspective first. It's had a bit more of a recovery again this morning. They seem to like the new Bank of England governor-elect. What he said, it made the markets rally quite strongly yesterday for the pound, although pulling off when the realisation that he's not around for a while, and he backtracked on some of the comments or gave further detail, which then once he explained it in a bit more detail, the bullishness or the hawkishness sort of had worn off a little bit. The pound's quite a way underneath its pivot now. This with the others still coming down, with the euro coming down. If there's any sort of correlation at all with the euro and the pound, well, if the euro continues going down, I think it would be late month before we start getting back towards the pivot area at this rate. However, cable has been oversold or sold off, well, pretty much oversold. It's diverged quite a bit in recent weeks. It could be that we see it move the opposite way to euro, for it can continue moving the opposite way to euro. 4-hourly picture. Well, lots of spikes at the moment. I really don't like markets like this. We've got a sort of inverted head and shoulder pattern going on here. If this across the funny old spiky shoulders, if this was to run well, it could give us up to the 159 area-ish, or maybe just back to these highs here around about 158.78. So if it does get a break and run, it needs to really get a wiggle on it. It's been in this sort of bigger time frame descending channel for quite some time. It's not really hit it too. I mean, you could argue it's hit it back there, but depending how you draw it, it could get a break and a run, and maybe run up there. There's a possibility. So at the moment, it's looking quite bullish on the short-term time frame. Certainly, the key moving averages are lining up. Okay, that's it for me. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. Oh, one thing I will put on the bottom of this web blog is a link to Kevin's going to be holding a day's training, pretty similar to what we do with the advanced courses that we do, in terms of going thoroughly through the setups that we do, the day trading setups. If you've already got our finer points and everything, there's a deal that's been sent to you by email. It's an absolutely fantastic deal, bearing in mind it's, as I say, the content of it's pretty much it'll be a full day's trading with all the calls made as it goes through the day, using the band system that we use, the finer point system, and some other analysis that Kevin since put on there. So that will all be in there, and when he takes them, when he leaves them, all the rules will be there as well. So a really good day. Now I know some people have heard about this happening and said, well, haven't got hardly anything yet, or just want to get into day trading. So as I say, I'll put a link on there with a full package which includes the day trading discs, the whole lot. So that will be added either to the end of this video, or more likely on the video a link on the blog itself. Okay, hope you have a great weekend. I'll speak to you next Wednesday. Bye for now.